Welcome back to Level Up English Podcast. I'm Samantha, and this is part 2 of our deep dive into the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey.
I'm Benjamin. In part 1, we covered the private victory, habits 1, 2, and 3, which is all about achieving self-mastery and moving from dependence to independence. If you haven't listened to that episode yet, we highly recommend you do, as it lays the foundation for today's discussion.
Today, we're building on that foundation to explore the public victory. This is where we move from independence to interdependence, the understanding that we can achieve more by working together effectively. This involves habits 4, 5, and 6.
Let's dive right in with habit 4. Think win-win. Win-win is not just a technique. It's a total philosophy of human interaction. It's a frame of mind and heart that constantly seeks mutual benefit in all human interactions.
Covey outlines 6 paradigms of interaction. 1. Win-win. We both get what we want. It's cooperative, not competitive. 2. Win-lose. If I win, you lose. This is the authoritarian approach. 3. Lose-win. I lose, you win. This is being a pushover, seeking approval at your own expense. 4. Lose-lose. We both lose. This is the philosophy of a highly dependent person who wants to bring everyone down with them. 5. Win. I get what I want and I don't care what happens to you. And the highest form, win-win or no deal. If we can't find a solution that benefits both of us, we agree to disagree agreeably. No deal. To think win-win, you need 2 qualities, courage and consideration. You need the courage to state your own needs and feelings, and the consideration to respect the needs and feelings of others. This mindset comes from what Covey calls an abundance mentality, the belief that there is plenty out there for everybody. The opposite is the scarcity mentality, the belief that life is a zero-sum game.
But how do you create a win-win situation if the other person is thinking win-lose? This is where the next habit becomes critical. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood.
This is the single most important principle of interpersonal communication. We typically seek first to be understood. We want to get our point across. But effective people do the opposite. They listen first.
And not just any kind of listening. Covey talks about empathic listening. This is listening with the intent to understand, not with the intent to reply. It means getting inside another person's frame of reference. You listen with your ears, but also, and more importantly, with your eyes and your heart.
Most of us listen at a much lower level. We might be ignoring, pretending to listen, or practicing selective listening. At best, we practice attentive listening, paying attention to the words being said. But empathic listening is about understanding the feeling and meaning behind the words.
Covey says we tend to respond autobiographically, that is, from our own perspective. We advise, we probe, we interpret, we evaluate. It's like a doctor giving a prescription before making a diagnosis. You have to diagnose first. You have to deeply understand the situation before you can offer a solution.
Only after you have truly understood the other person's perspective can you move to the second half of the habit, then to be understood. This is where your courage comes in. Because you have listened deeply, the other person is much more open to listening to you. This builds a foundation of trust and respect.
And when you have that trust and a win-win mindset, you can achieve something incredible. This leads to habit 6, Synergize.
Synergy is the habit of creative cooperation. It's the idea that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. 1 + 1 = 3, or 10, or 100. Synergy is about valuing differences. The essence of synergy is to value the mental, emotional, and psychological differences between people. The key to synergy is not that everyone is the same, but that everyone is different, and we can use those differences to create a better outcome than any of us could have achieved alone.
Think about it. If 2 people have the same opinion, one of them is unnecessary. It's when you have different perspectives that you have the opportunity for synergy. It requires a high level of security and openness. You have to be genuinely open to the idea that other people might see things you don't, and that their ideas might be better.
Synergy isn't just about cooperation or compromise. A compromise means 1 + 1 = 1.5. Both parties give something up. Synergy means 1 + 1 = 3 or more. You create a new third alternative that is better than what either of you started with. This is where true creativity and innovation happen.
These 3 habits, think win-win, seek first to understand, and synergize, form the public victory. They work together to build highly effective interdependent relationships. But there's one more habit that makes all the others possible. Habit 7, sharpen the saw.
This habit is all about renewal. Covey tells the story of a man in the woods trying to saw down a tree. He's been working for hours and is exhausted. A passerby suggests he'd take a break to sharpen his saw. The man replies, "I don't have time to sharpen the saw. I'm too busy sawing."
Habit 7 is sharpening the saw. It's about taking time to preserve and enhance the greatest asset you have, you. It's the P/PCC balance for ourselves. Covey says we need to renew ourselves in 4 dimensions. 1, physical, exercise, nutrition, stress management. 2, spiritual, clarify your values, meditation, spending time in nature. 3, mental, reading, learning, writing, planning. 4, social/emotional, making meaningful connections with others, which is nurtured by practicing habits 4, 5, and 6.
Renewing yourself in all 4 areas is essential for a balanced life. If you neglect any one area, it will negatively impact the others. Sharpening the saw keeps you fresh so you can continue to practice the other 6 habits. It's a process of continuous improvement, an upward spiral of learning, committing, and doing.
And that concludes our deep dive into the 7 habits of highly effective people, from the private victory of self-mastery to the public victory of effective teamwork, all held together by the principle of continuous renewal. It's a truly holistic framework for a life of effectiveness and purpose.
Now that we've completed our full exploration, here's your comprehensive deep dive challenge.
The next time you find yourself in a disagreement or a difficult conversation, consciously practice habit 5. Don't try to win the argument. Instead, make your goal to understand the other person's perspective so well that you could articulate it back to them to their satisfaction. Only then should you share your own point of view.
This one practice incorporates so much of what we've talked about. It takes courage, consideration, and a commitment to understanding. Let us know how it changes the dynamic of your conversation. Use the hashtag #DeepDiveEnglish.
Thanks for joining us for this special 2-part series. Until next time, keep learning and leveling up.